to this video. I'm Jonty500 and this is another highlight video from Multiclass Endurance Championship Season 2. This is round 4 and this time we are in sedans on the North Loop. So as you have seen here, I got a pretty good run at the start, managed to get up and keep my position in third, but then when I get to this section here, I don't know what to do. And I was really afraid of crashing, so I actually let go of the gas a little bit there, and that allowed Ryan to take third from me. But I'm still hot on his tail, and this battle is not over with so fast. So I get to this section here, I have them in front of me, and I don't take that corner very well. It's actually really bad taking corner, but still I'm not too far behind and I'm gonna have to try and get back to it. So now I'm just trying to keep up with Ryan as best I can, and hopefully I will be able to catch up to him again while keeping away from the guys behind. So this is a little bit later in the race, and I wanted to watch the minimap right now. And you're gonna see that Ryan and Abe Gunners are fighting, and suddenly now you see one red dot going out to the right, and that was Abe Gunners. I don't know what happened there, but I remember Abe saying something about Ryan pushing him off the track. But I have actually not heard anymore, so I can't tell you what happened. But anyways, it allows me to take third position for now. And now we're coming on to the second lap, and as you see I have Ryan right in front of me there, and I've been able to keep up with him. And here on the turn he makes a mistake and gets caught on the tire lines, and I managed to move up into second. I have a really good pace, and hopefully I can try and keep away from Ryan. Coming on a little bit later here, I'm still second position, and I take that corner a little bit wide, and I know that Ryan is right behind me. I'm gonna have to really pick up my pace if I'm gonna be able to take him, because he has to run on me here. So I keep to the inside. As you can see there, Ryan's coming up on the outside there, and I know he's gonna have a good run off the next corner, so I really gotta pick my lines well here. And see, I managed to get into the corner, and I managed to keep my line. I left enough space for him there, but he decided to brake. But still, I don't get a good run out of that corner, and I know that he's most likely gonna be taking me, so there's no point in starting to block, and that's also actually forbidden in racing, to block violently, and Ryan managed to get the run on me. So now I really just want to try and get to the inside of him before the corner, but unfortunately he had too much speed and I could not get up on the inside of him. So now I'm really just gonna have to try and keep up with Ryan as best I can, and manage to just keep going at it. As you see, I try and cut out to the inside there to overtake him, but he is really good at blocking the inside, and he manages to keep that position. But later on in the race, you can see here I'm still behind Ryan, and he goes wide there, has a little bit of oversteer, and I managed to get the run on the inside, and also I managed to keep the outside line here, and now I know that I have the inside line in the next curve, and that's where I managed to secure second position again. So as you see now, Ryan is still hot on my tail, and I'm just trying to keep him away from me. Now we have the dilemma that Chris G22 is catching up to us, and he's right behind. As you can see in the minimap there are 2 red dots behind me, and now this is gonna be hard to, it's really hard to try and fight 2 guys at the same time, but I of course tried my best at it. So there on the edge I got a little bit too close and my car goes up on 2 wheels, and now I don't have the speed to try and defend this. Ryan gets on the inside of me, I try move in, take the natural line, and I just bounce back. I don't know whose fault that was. Chris managed to overtake us both, but I really don't think I could take that. I'm not gonna take any blame for that because I don't think it was my fault, it wasn't his fault either, just an unfortunate situation. So we're soon halfway through the race. I get up here, still trying to catch up to Ryan and Chris, and of course when you try and push a little bit too hard, that happens. So I had a little bit of accident, my car flipped many times, and now I really gotta try and get back to my racing, and in that section also Abe Gunners managed to overtake me because of that stupid mistake. So now I'm down into 5th, and it's not looking really good. I'm really frustrated and trying to push as hard as I can, but I'm actually pushing way too fast, and as you can see in the next corner I go wide. So I end up down there having to respawn, and once I respawn again you can see VXW95 in front of me, and I'm down into 6th position, and now I really need to get my stuff together. And this is where a absolutely fantastic battle starts. In front of me I have Danny VKW95. I don't give a fuck anymore, I'm just gonna call him Danny. Hope he doesn't disapprove of it. And this is by far one of the best battles I've had in the entire racing career in this game, and it lasted for over half the race. So here you see the first passing of a GT3 cars. GT3 drivers are in surges, and as you can see now we have having a battle while still trying to lap this GT3 car. And as you see VXWK on the inside, Danny on the inside, and I got in there on the or he was on the outside, I got in on the inside, and I think that was lag that caused that collision, and I allowed him to get past again. Really unfortunate situation, but still that shows how other GD cars can affect the race. As you see now I have a little bit of better run on Danny on this straight, and I managed to get up on the inside here, and also I have more speed, so I can keep it on the outside. So now I'm on the inside for the next curve, and now I really gotta focus on blocking his exit so he doesn't get a run on me, and that's exactly what I managed to do. Managed to block his exit so he couldn't. And as you see here, he goes up on the inside on me, jumps, goes too far out, and I managed to secure 5th position. Coming up here, we are on the same straight as GD2 cars, but if you know the North Loop section, this is not actually a lapping, it's just that the 2 sections of the track share the same straight road, and he's on his half of the lap, and me and Danny are still battling on our half. So Danny gets to run on the inside here, and now I really gotta try and focus on my exit. I try and brake a little bit early, but didn't manage to get in there, so Danny takes back his 5th position, and we keep on battling. And there you see, he went a little bit wide and hit that fence. That means that he's gonna be a little bit slow in this section, so I just try and catch up to him, but he managed to keep it for now. So as you can see, that small section there I was a little bit faster than Danny. So now I'm really gonna try and push and get back to him, try to overtake him. So he has a little bit of an oversteer, I get a little bit of an oversteer, and the collisions happen. I decided just to wait and let him go there because I was essentially the issue there. We pushed him out, even though we both made a slight mistake there. So I get a really good run out of those corners there, and I'm right back up on Danny here, and so no, really have to push to try and overtake him again. As I said, this is a fantastic battle. I'm really enjoying it a lot. So Danny gets the run on me, managed to take a little bit of a distance between us there again. So Danny seemed to have had a small mistake coming through that corner, and I have managed to catch up to him again, and now back to the battling. But as you see in front of us, we have cars that we are gonna have to lap, and these are GT3 cars, Surges, and of course it's gonna get very interesting to try and fight Danny while trying to lap GT3 cars, and it's always traffic always affects battles. So let's see how this goes. So here you hear Danny signaling to the guy in front that we are coming in. I really wanna get up. As I gave Danny a little bit little unintentional push there, and he managed to get a little bit of a gap, and you can see now we get up to this GT3 car and we cut on the inside. I have a little more speed and I'm right beside him. This battle is really good, really hot. And get up to this location right here, cut on the inside, and I just try and keep the line, but Danny managed to take that. Try to do the same thing here, but didn't have the speed to do it. And now right in front of us is the next GT3 car, so now we're really gonna have to try and look out when we're gonna have to pass him too. So we both go for the overtake here at the hairpin, and I managed to get the run on the inside on Danny. Managed to get a better exit, and managed to take back my 5th position. And as you can see, we're 6 laps to go. And Danny got a much better run at the first corner, but I managed to cut in there on the second corner, and that was a really good exchange. Coming up here, this is actually not the section right after, it's actually a half a lap after. And as you can see, we have more cars to lap in front, and Danny is right behind me. So on that corner I hit the exit a little bit too hard, lost speed, and Danny managed to overtake me again. But he goes a little bit well, hits that barrier, and I managed to get up on the outside and overtake him for 5th position. And now I have a GT3 car right in front of me that I have to overtake. So I got out here, and I know he's on the inside, so I'm expecting him to go to the other side. I go on the inside and he goes on the inside. I did not expect that. I expected him to go on the outside there, but we both had the same idea. and Danny managed to overtake me, and of course managed to overtake the GT3 car afterwards. But that once again traffic comes into play when we're in a active battle. But Danny has a little bit of an oversteer there, and I managed to got back on the inside and try and keep the outside here to keep the inside for this next section here. And of course I managed to keep it. He gives me a little bit of a hard push there, but I still managed to keep it under control, and we're coming up to the next guy. Now Danny's a little bit too aggressive at this section. I really didn't like how he was pushing my back all the time. But I guess, you know, in the heat of battle you sometimes lose that, you lose your, what word am I looking for? I'm looking for concentration, and also I lost the concentration there because I didn't know what was happening with the GT3 car. I thought I hit him, braked, and got a complete brain fart, braked in the middle of the road, and it ended in that series of collisions there. I'm really sorry about that, guys. So coming up here onto the next few laps, and cut back a little bit later, trying to push, of course, keep away from Danny, and I go on the outside again. Another mistake, and Danny managed to overtake me, also pretty much laugh at me, honking the horn. Bloody scumbag. Next GT3 car here that we're gonna have to overtake, Tel 46. As you see, Danny has already managed to get past him, and this is the same guy. Of course I go on the inside here. I didn't have that good of a run out of that corner, but I managed to at least get past him safely. So now I have Danny right in front. I managed to catch up to him, and as you see, we're only 4 laps from the end of the race. He has a little bit of an oversteer there. I try to cut in here on the inside. I know that I have a better run than him, but then, weirdly enough, I just smash into his back, and that gives him a higher speed than me. We have MCEC there. I don't think I got that name right, but he came out as he's on the other half of the race, and he's honking his horn. I don't know why, but at least I'm right behind Danny, trying to keep with him and keep this battle going. And this is a really good battle. So as you see, there's a jet flying over. I don't know who that was or why, but I remember some of the race GT3 cars actually gave up and started flying around in a jet to try and get some action shots. I really did not think that was a good idea. Then the first lapping of a GT2 car, and of course I'm still trying to keep up to Danny, and I'm keeping up quite good actually. He's not that far ahead of me. And this is a little bit later, the next GT3 car lapping, S92, and I'm pushing to get ahead of him because I really want to catch up to Danny. As you see, Chris entered first there and had the notification. That means that Craig and Chris had a really good battle in the top, and you can watch Craig's YouTube channel to watch that battle. And here, VXWK95 right in front. I managed to catch up to him. The guy that was actually in front of Abe Gunners said in the end of the race, he was so focused on the minimap and the battle between me and Danny, and Danny was also on his microphone, so I guess he was telling a little bit what was happening, and Abe Gunners was so concentrating on our battle so much that he actually didn't drive too good himself, and we managed to catch up 30 seconds in the last few laps. But here, trying to still fighting Danny, and of course I nudged him a little bit there again. It's really hard to try and anticipate where your opponent will use his brakes, and if he has a completely different braking zone than you have, then it often happens so that you run into their backs, and that's never good. So as you can see there, he's on the right side. We're closing up the GD3 car, and I think that is a Smithy 112. And I'm gonna try and keep up to Danny while preparing to try and overtake Smithy safely. And you see that Danny went a little bit wide, and I have a little bit of a better run on him here, and hopefully I'll be able to get past him. So now it's getting interesting. I'm having a little bit of a run on Danny. I'm quite fast, and the Smithy 112 is right in front. So Smithy goes wide here, gives us an easy pass, and we of course appreciate that, so our battle can continue without any other interference. Now Danny went up really wide there, and I don't think I actually hit him there. Danny, you're gonna have to correct me if I did, and I'm sorry if I did, but I think he just, in the heat of the battle, he just made a mistake and went wide. So I'm not gonna be cutting actually any footage from here, because I really wanna cover the whole battle with Danny. It lasted half the race, and it just lasted until through all the race, and it was an absolutely fantastic battle, and I really thought you guys wanted to see. I have of course I've had all the different highlights of the battle, and you see he's right here. Danny comes again on the outside. I don't know where he got that speed, and he managed to overtake me again, and the battle is really good, and I hopefully you guys enjoy watching this. I had a little bit of a contact with that barrier there, but I'm still managed to keep my car under control, and I didn't lose any time to Danny. So coming through here, you can see I have a little bit of a more pace than Danny, but then it happens again. I get too comfortable with it and hit him in the back and give him a small speed boost, and that was not what I wanted, because now you see he has a little bit of a greater speed on me, and that means he's gonna manage to create a little bit of a gap. This was actually how it was pretty much the entire race. I was just close to Danny, trying to catch up, or he was behind me trying to catch up to me, and it was a really good battle. I really loved it, and thank you, Danny, for that fantastic battle. You can see a little bit of the times there, so you know where the different guys were in the race. Of course, in the lead, Chris and Craig with that amazing battle they had. Just go to Craig's YouTube channel to watch that one. So I once again managed to really close that small gap that Danny managed to get, and once again I just nudge him a little bit and he gets past. Really, there were some small contacts all through the battle, but I didn't think there were too much of an issue actually. None big. A few of course sent some of us a little bit wide, but I still think it was a gentleman's battle, and I really enjoyed it. As you see there, I managed to get a really good run off the corner, but oversteered, and Danny kept his grip. But still there, I had the outside-inside line there, and managed to shoot past Danny on that corner, and managed to get back up into 5th position. But this battle is of course far from over. Danny is still right behind me, and anything can happen at this point. you saw in the last corner, I had a little bit of an oversteer on the exit, and I don't know how good Danny took that corner, but I know that I don't have the best speed on the straight right now, and I'm just hoping that he won't be able to catch up because of that. And apparently he didn't have too good of an exit, so I managed to keep it on the straight, and now just gotta try and keep that position. It's only we're on the second to last lap, and this I really need those points because of me missing the first 2 rounds. I can't lose any points at this position, so that's just a few points. That is 5th and 6th. A few points there in between are really gonna be helping me a lot here. So I really need to keep this position, and of course when you're pushing too hard, there's the risk of making mistakes grows way too fast, and I hit that barrier and got a little bit of an oversteer on the grass, and Danny has managed to close the gap that I managed to build, and he's right behind me again. And there I have a really bad oversteer, but Danny punts me in the back, and that sets me off with some speed. Unfortunate situation, but I managed to keep my 5th position based on Danny's mistake. I had a little bit of a small oversteer on that turn, and my engine revs went down, and I had to try and correct that, and Danny managed to capitalize on that situation. As you see, he took that corner flawlessly and just went flying out of it, and managed to overtake me back into 5th, as we now have 1.5 lap left to go of the race. So this is really intense. And there in that corner he went a little bit wide, and because he hit the barrier there, I have now managed to actually catch up and close the gap a little bit. We are both being, of course, a little bit careful here, because at this position, mistakes are gonna be real costly. There's not gonna be enough time to recover from any mistakes at this point. It's just way too close to the finish, and you see I got a really good run of those out of that section, and I'm really just pushing to try and overtake him again. I'm really close now. So I let go of the gas a little bit there not to collide with him, and that was actually rewarded me with a really good exit run. Going to the next corner, just pushing, trying to put some pressure on Danny, so maybe he would make a little bit of a mistake, and that's actually what happened. He goes a little bit wide, hits that barrier, and now I try to go on the inside there, but he covers it up really good. Went into the next situation here. I'm right on the outside. Now I really just gotta keep it. He's gonna have a worse exit, but he managed to block it really good on the exit of that, and a really good defensive drive from Danny right there. That section he did oversteer a little bit, he lost some speed, and I got a better run, but still hit him in the back, and that allowed him to keep in 5th. Now coming out last lap, and this battle is still on. So I got a really good run out of that corner, but I was so annoyed. That has happened so many times. I hit him in the back slightly, and he gets a boost. And I was so annoyed at myself at that, because if that's gonna cost me this battle, I'm gonna be really mad about that. So weirdly enough, I managed to actually get a little bit speed at the end to manage to catch up to Danny. I don't know what happened there, but I managed to close the gap again. So a close battle, really good battle. This race has actually been really interesting in other ways too, because it has been so much about exit of corners because of the long straights. So you need to get the corner exit really good to manage to keep the speed out of the corner with the car, and manage to just keep as much momentum as you can going onto the straights, and just keeping up with, in order to keep up with and overtake people. As you see right now, I'm still battling Danny in front of me, and there, as you can see on the map, there's no one else. There's one, of course, in on the straight there, but he's too far ahead so I don't think we're gonna be catching up to him anytime soon. And it's just it's me and Danny, and it's a little more than half a lap left, and I did get a little bit of an oversteer there and get behind Danny, but now it's on. It's just me and him, half a lap, and now I really gotta push to try and get past him. So I managed to catch up to him there, and I get a really good run out of the corner. Of course we have a GD2 right there, and we have managed to catch up to some people in front too, but so still just trying to catch up to them. I need to focus. These guys, we're on a long straight, they're not gonna be causing any trouble for us, and weirdly enough, I said before that we most likely wouldn't catch up, but and we won't. He's just up there in front. So going to this section here, and now the gap is pretty much zero. There is no gap anywhere, and this is gonna get intense. I have the outside, so I know I'm gonna get a better run, keeping the outside line, and I managed to overtake. Back into 5th position. Now I'm really just gonna focus on keeping that position. Cut to the inside, he's behind me, and I guess he's really now his heart is racing, and he makes a mistake. He goes out right on the path and goes out left. Just a sad mistake. The battle, as you most likely have already counted out, there's only half a lap left, and that mistake has cost him this battle. I managed to keep of course 5th position, as you see. Danny's right there on the right side, and of course finished. Danny was quite frustrated at that point that actually managed to kill our cameraman on the outside. Good battle with Danny. GG Danny, and I want to thank you all for watching this video. I managed of course to finish in 5th and got some good points. I could have had more, but that battle with Danny was just worth every last bit of it. And if you like my videos, please subscribe, and see you next time.